As we enter a new year, I think something that many of us do is take stock of our wardrobes and all of our accessories. And I thought it would be really fun to do a little bit of an edit. I've done this previously, kind of what I would add to my wardrobe if I was starting from scratch. And I am going to do a clothing edition, and I can do maybe a bags and shoes version as well if that would be interesting for you guys. But I thought today we could focus on jewelry because I've been talking a lot about some of my favorite jewelry pieces recently, and thought it'd be really fascinating to see. I was put on the edge of a cliff and told that I could only select a small handful of my favorite pieces, not counting sentimental pieces, as I've got quite a few special jewelry pieces that belong to my mother, who many of you may know she passed away, so those are very near and dear to me. Also things that my godmother has given me, my yaya, like those are things that I could never ever part with. But all the other jewelry pieces that I have that are more negotiable, where I would start and what that collection would end up like. So I pulled all of my jewelry out, and the aim was to fit it all into this little jewelry box here, and I was able to edit it down to 23 items. So what I'm going to do is an overview, and we're going to run through all of the pieces that I selected and why I kind of felt like they had a purpose within my edited capsule jewelry stash. And I think what I'm actually going to do now is take this little jewelry box and pop it up in my bedroom so that I can wear these pieces on repeat, because these are the ones that are really elevating my outfits, and I feel that they're adding the most value to what I'm wearing. I will be sure to link everything that I share down below, and actually would be curious to know what jewelry storage solutions you're all using. I have been thinking about buying the jewelry box from Jewellery because it feels like it's quite a good size, because what I currently am doing has not been working for me. But please tell me down in the comment section below. Anyway, let's start to narrow things down. So let's start with the 5 core pieces I would add to my jewelry collection first, and earrings for me are always the first thing that I will add, and sometimes the only jewelry that I will wear. So of course we have to add in my Jewellery heart-shaped pave diamond studs. These are probably one of my favorite pieces in my collection, and I keep them in my second piercings most of the time. And what I love about these is that they are 14 karat gold, so I can leave them in all the time. I need a second pair of earrings, and those are going to be a pair that I can wear every day, but that also really work nicely dressed up for an evening out, and that has to be my Linear Mathilde earrings. These have the organic shape with a pearl drop, and these are in the gold vermeil, and you can kind of see they have this really creamy color to them. These are still one of my favorite pairs of earrings that I have in my entire collection. Let's add in a necklace next, and the one that I have been wearing so much right now has been this beautiful round pave necklace. This is again from Jewellery. It's from sort of that same collection as the earrings, and I just find it really, really beautiful, kind of pairs nicely with everything. We need something for our wrists, and the one that I cannot go past is this beautiful chunky bracelet from Monica Vinader. I really like that this has the hinge closure. This is the recycled silver base, and then it does have the gold vermeil gold coating over the top. Really, really practical, and I think this is the medium size, but one you'll have seen me wear quite a lot. If we were rounding it out to just 5 jewelry pieces, I would pick a ring. And actually the one that I love, that I feel adds most of my outfits, I can't find right now. So I'm hoping that after I do a really good scour of the house, I'm going to come across it and I can do a proper sort of cutaway of it. But it is the heirloom ring from Jewellery. I'm going to put some cutaways over on the screen of what it looks like if I can't find it before I put this video up, but otherwise I think I'd probably pick the Pyra ring, and I'm just going to use this one here as a placeholder. I really like the fact that it's got texture, and because I do tend to get a lot of eczema, dermatitis on my skin, I tend to prefer wearing these really kind of chunky rings. They just feel a little bit more comfortable on my skin. This one here is in the 14 karat gold, but they also do a gold vermeil version as well, which I think is ever so slightly thinner. Okay, so let's think about building up the collection a little bit more. So we've got our 5 core pieces. These are the things that are going to start us off on our jewelry collection and that we can wear every day, that sort of start to show this little hint of our personality. Now we can start to add in those accompanying pieces that are going to complement what we already have here, but also allow you to really play around with the visual elements of your outfits. So first, of course, a really bold statement earring. These ones here are from Pamela Card, and I really love the process behind how she designs these. Pam actually shared it over on her Instagram. I'm going to leave a link to that reel below because it was really fascinating to see her actually making these, but they're so beautiful. I think these are even more stunning than the Bottega ones, and they have this rich texture which just looks so incredible. They're a little bit weighty, but they don't feel like they drag down on your ears at all. Just a really stunning earring, and one you will have seen me wear loads as well, just as I quite love that kind of statement earring moment. Now I think next we might add in a couple of rings, and I wanted to pick out some of my favorites from Linea. Now I really personally love their lab grown diamond collections. If you aren't familiar with lab grown diamonds, essentially these are diamonds that have been grown in a lab, and they're in every way, physically, chemically and visually, exactly the same as a mined diamond, except they are ethical, and I will link a video where I talk a little bit more about that. But the Ilsa Ring Luxe, I mean, this is just such a stunning ring. I really like the fact that it uses these different shaped diamonds, so you have this really beautiful asymmetrical effect, and it just adds this brilliant little element of sparkle to an outfit. I also am currently obsessed with the Evelina ring. This has a little bit of a vintage element, and when I put it on, I'll just pop it on next to my engagement rings, and you have to mind the fact that I've got a little bit of eczema right now, but you can see it really does match that same sort of feeling that I get from my wedding band. So I really love that it's got that heirloom quality to it. Has the lab grown diamonds around the exterior and sort of almost a flower shape, and then in the center you have the morganite stone, and this has a really dainty little band. I mean, this would actually make a really beautiful engagement ring as well if you're looking for something a little bit different to your standard ring designs. And I personally love when engagement rings have gemstones in them other than diamonds. Okay, let's do some more necklaces, and I really want to add in an element of playfulness, and for me the thing that always comes first is this lovely little red necklace. This is from Monica Vinader. It is beaded, so it has the red beads and then it's also got the gold ones, and I find that this adds that really nice little pop of color. This does come in a few different options. I mean, I've got the pale pink one here, I've also got the pearl beaded one, but this is hands down my favorite of the bunch. I think it is just absolutely stunning, and yeah, one of my forever faves. So I'm going to pop that in here as well, which kind of reminds me I have this real thing for hearts, and I'd say of all of my heart necklaces, the one that I like the most is again from Monica Vinader, and this is their mini heart charm. So you can kind of see it's this little small irregular shaped heart which slides around on this fine chain, and those two necklaces pair really beautifully together. It's how I quite often will wear them. Let's go back to earrings now, and something that I really love to pair with these little diamond studs are these beautiful hoops. These are from Adorn Monde, and they're quite kind of dainty, but they add this lovely little element of sparkle. Okay, looks like we've got room for one more pair of earrings here, and this is actually a really tough one because I'm torn between including a pair that is silver or the ones that I actually wanted to add, which are the moonstone ones. And you probably guessed by now that I tend to wear a lot of gold. I'm going to pull out the options here so you can see them. So we've got these silver ones, these beautiful moonstone ones, and then I've also got these silver ones here with the pearl drop. Now I'm thinking when I look at all of these that the one that probably feels the most different would be the moonstone ones here, because these feel very similar to these Linea ones. So I'm going to pull those out. I love those though. And these ones, again, because they've got the pearl drop and I already have that within the little edit that I've pulled so far, it kind of feels like I'm replicating that mood, that feeling. So I'm going to remove these ones too. So moonstone ones it is. And like I said, I adore these earrings. I just think they're so pretty. And then they've also got the little white topaz on there as well. These little moonstone earrings are from Linea. You probably see me talk about them and wear them many times before, but it's kind of interesting to me when I look over these earrings that I haven't selected a single classic style hoop. Now if I were going to include some hoops, I've got a few options here. We have these ones which are from Jewellery. They're quite kind of chubby and chunky. Then we also have these ones which are mixed in terms of metals. They have the silver and the gold vermeil. We have this pair from Linear, which I really love. These are the Joran hoops. They are super lightweight, and it's funny because I thought when I first saw them they were going to be really heavy and quite sort of weighty, but it's actually the light quality of them that I've really come to appreciate. And then finally, I've got these ultra chubby, chunky ones, which are from Adornmont. Now, if I was going to narrow it down to just one, it would 100% be the Linear Joran hoops because of their lightweight quality, the fact that they're very unassuming, really, really easy to wear as well, and it kind of just feels like you've got nothing in your ears. But we've already narrowed it down, so I'm going to pop all of these away, and I think we might move on to bracelets. And the first one that immediately strikes me as having to be added to my jewelry collection from the get-go has to be this beautiful bracelet from Pamela Card. And this has this lovely little molten padlock on it, the really chubby, chunky style roller chain, which I love. I will say I do sometimes find these little hook closures a little bit difficult to navigate on my own when I'm putting them on, but it's a small price to pay for such a beautiful piece of jewelry. Then because I don't really have much silver in here, I want to add in the silver bangle, which is from Jewellery. I really love how it has this textured organic nature to the shape, and then it is open at the bottom, so it literally just hooks onto your wrist like that. Very, very easy to put on. Feels very comfortable to wear, and you can also adjust the fit of it as well. I feel like bracelets are best when they're all layered up. Sorry, I've just been going through them all. So I want to add in a couple more. So this little pearl bracelet, which is from Linear with the silver beads in between each of the pearls. Really stunning, and that would look absolutely gorgeous when worn with the Gingerberry silver bracelet. And I could easily pair these with these two hoops here. These ones in particular because the gold is quite creamy, and then these ones because they do have the silver base behind all of the little crystals, so it really kind of adds that two-tone element. And one last bracelet, this one here, which is from Monica Veneta. This is a really lovely sort of chain shape, and you can add and attach charms to it, which I think is a really fun way to customize your jewelry. I like the fact that it's got the slightly irregular kind of almost an infinity symbol, and then you've got your regular round links here as well as part of the chain. It just kind of adds a bit of variation and makes it feel really interesting to me. We have a few more spots for rings and also a couple more spots here for necklaces. So let's do rings now. And this is going to be a hard one because I love so many of these, and to kind of narrow it down to 3 feels criminal, but we'll do it. So, okay, let's go with this one here, adding in that the little touch of silver. I think it's nice to have options, especially if you enjoy wearing both tones. Otherwise, just stick with a single tone. I have an olive complexion, so I find that both sort of work for me. This ring is from Jewellery. I think it's called the Wave Ring, and you can see it kind of has this waved design to it, which is really pretty, and it's quite sort of chunky as well. You know, when I'm missing some sort of stacking rings, that's kind of what I'm picking up here. So I think probably, can we squeeze in an extra one? You know what? I'm going to pair these both together as one. So these are both from Jewellery. They're signet rings. One is the pave diamond, one is just a 14 karat gold. And I really like to wear them together. I think it adds sort of this interesting overlapped element and shape, and they work really well paired with basically any other ring. Like quite often I'll put all of these together and it just creates an interesting stack, and I quite like that. I think it's really eye-catching and fun. And then for my final ring, I think I want to do a colored gemstone. So let's pull out, you know, it's going to be this ring here, the sunstone ring. I can't remember the actual name of it, but I mean, that stone is absolutely gorgeous, and this is a really pretty summertime ring in my opinion. Works really well with those kind of summer colors. So that'll be my final ring pick. And you know, for earrings, I kind of want to add in something fun as well. I know I've kind of maxed out on my earrings, but I feel like it would be a shame not to stash these in here too. These are from Marni, they're ear cuffs, and they just add this really chunky edge to an outfit. I love the irregular way that the gemstones have been placed into the earrings as well. These are just costume jewelry, but a little bit of fun. So I think I potentially could stash them underneath the necklaces. Let's do that. Honestly, I would love to put some sort of a chunky necklace in here. I do really enjoy wearing things like this. This is from Adornmont, and it will probably fit in the bracelet section of this little jewelry box, but I'm going to try and stick to what fits in here. So I'm thinking I want something that is organic, that is a little bit more unusual and different. And this is from Flash Jewellery. So you have the pendant and then it's attached to a rope cord. So you can sort of adjust the length of it really easily. And I think this adds that sort of casual, beachy, sort of creative element to an outfit. So that is going to be my fourth necklace piece. And then I'm just thinking for the last one, let's do a slightly thicker chain because we want to have some variation in our collection. So this one here is from Adornmont, and you can kind of see we have this sort of rope style texture links, then we've got smooth links, and then you've got the double links as well, which connects the two. So that would be my final pick, and that kind of gives me a little bit of dimension here. Not everything is the same, sort of some really nice variation in my options. I'll give you a closer overview of all of the pieces that I picked out, which would be the first items in my jewelry collection that I would buy first if I was starting from scratch. But I feel like this is a really nice edit of jewelry pieces, ones that you will have seen me wear so many times before as well. So I feel like that was really fascinating. 23 jewelry pieces that I would edit my collection down to, and this is where I would start if I had to build my jewelry collection from scratch. And obviously those 5 key pieces at the very beginning, those would be the first place that I would invest. And I think that 14 karat gold for me would definitely be the way to go for the majority of those key pieces. We do also have those beautiful linear earrings, which are the gold vermeil, but I found that they have really stood up well. And something that I've learned from a friend who was a jeweler, she said to me about gold vermeil pieces, because I know that some people find that they do tarnish, is that you need to be wearing them. So don't purchase too many gold vermeil pieces, because what you'll find is that they do tarnish if they're not being worn against your skin. You can easily polish them up though using a polishing cloth, and that generally helps to remove any tarnishing, which can be great to extend the life of those jewelry pieces. And I will link some polishing cloths down below in case you're not sure what I'm referring to. But thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you found this video fun to kind of follow along and also just get a little bit of a general peek inside my own jewelry collection and stash. Thank you so much for your time, for spending some of your day with me. I hope that you've been having the most beautiful start to the year, and I will see you very soon with a brand new video. Thanks for watching. Bye.